Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE Encore. Originally released for the Wii U in December of 2015, is currently exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, having been released in January of 2020. Currently retailing for $59.99. Tokyo Mirage Session is a Japanese roleplay game. You play as a group of teens who are slowly building their fame through a talent agency. But the talent agency and fame is just sort of a front, as everyone there has the ability to bond with a Mirage, which are the monsters in the game. And they go and do kind of a superhero routine whenever there's a problem in Tokyo. They go into these little pocket dimensions and deal with the mirages and save people. The game is actually broken up into chapters, and each chapter follows kind of the same formula. One or more of the kids will have some new job they're working on, a TV show, a concert, etc. And of course, some kind of shenanigans will happen with the evil mirages, and they as a group have to go in and save the day. They will save the day by doing some light puzzle solving in some dungeons, and a large amount of turn-based combat. But the combat is unique in this game, as any character attacking a monster with its weakness will lead to other attacks being chained together against that monster. And later you'll get abilities, so after one monster dies, the chain will just continue on another monster. And you'll get abilities so even characters not in your party will still come and do a chain attack. So at a certain point, outside of boss fights, combat starts being really pointless. As every random encounter, you do one attack of the monster's weakness, and then the whole party of monsters ends up getting killed by one chain attack. But despite this, you will still need to seek out random encounters, as you need items you get from combat to make new weapons for your characters and unlock skills for your characters. And the weapons you make aren't just about higher attack power, they also unlock abilities for your characters. And you primarily learn these abilities off weapons through combat. So this game is what you might call a little grindy. However, the game does give you a shortcut for leveling and mastering weapons. You can go to the talent agency, and you can do these little optional dungeons. They're the same every time you go in, but you can do a version where you get items for experience, or a version where you get items to master weapons with. As you're in them, the enemies slowly get stronger, but you can always just leave and go back in to reset them to weak enemies to farm all the items to progress as you want. And it ends up being a lot faster than leveling and mastering weapons in the normal way. Outside of the main story, there's lots of side quests to do, both for random NPCs and for your party members. Specifically doing party members' side stories will unlock special attacks that are randomly triggered during combat. These are interesting and visually striking usually, but they're random, so you can't really rely on them. When you're doing side quests for random NPCs, there is no quest log. So you'll either need to play with a pen and paper handy, or immediately do every request as you get it. This seems like a very strange oversight. You also have a ton of different cosmetic options. Each character has a whole collection of costumes, and each weapon looks unique. It's also a little strange that there is no voice acting option in this game. There is only the Japanese voice actors. No English option, no other language options. Which is fine because all the text is, of course, in English. I'm just used to seeing multiple language options for the voice acting. Now, interestingly, this game originally started life as Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. And while you can certainly feel the influence of both series on this game, it's hard to imagine how it could have started out as that given the final product. Nonetheless, the various spells and abilities in the game get their names from the Shin Megami Tensei series, and combat does use the rock, paper, scissor weapon mechanic from Fire Emblem. And while some of the monsters are original, many of them are influenced by one series or the other. So, is Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE Encore worth your money? Yes, I believe it is. However, I would note that while it does retail at $59.99, it is fairly easy to find it at $40 or even slightly less than that, and I think this is a worthwhile experience at about $40. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends.
これならどうだ。もらった。俺この日を逃すぞ。お願いします。